Uzi, you ain't Cardi, show not me. Never on the scene, what you mean? Yacht I mean.
What's good, y'all? It's Jules here, coming back at y'all with another video. Today I'm gonna be reacting to the murder in front of my house's wall. If y'all are new, subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications, slap the like button. I'm about to start this reaction in 3, 2, 1. There we go. The murder in front of my house's wall.
I was 12 years old when this happened. My grandmother just got home from the hospital because she had a stroke. She couldn't go up to the second floor of our house, in which her room was located. So my uncle, my little brother, and I decided that we were going to sleep in her.
Are those pink or purple shoes? Wait, what kind of shoes are those?
Room for a while. Before this day happened, my aunt bought a new air conditioner, so the old one would be removed.
Bro, his aunt is smiling pretty weird, bro. That's a pretty weird smile.
And of course, there was a hole in the wall for the air conditioner. I covered the hole with some kind of small box before working on the wall, so the air wouldn't come in. Anyway, back to the situation. My uncle and I were playing a mobile game at 3 a.m. when this happened. We played for about an hour or so until my little brother had fallen asleep. While I was paying attention, I suddenly heard a small scratching sound coming from the hole on the wall where I covered it with a box.
Hey bro, I wouldn't go there unless the box completely moves. Don't go there, and if the box doesn't move, don't go there. Just mind your business.
Its sound was like someone trying to remove it with something. However, I just ignored it at first, because I thought it might be a cat trying to remove the cover. After 5 minutes, my uncle heard the sound, and he whispered in my ear saying, "Did you hear that sound?" I said, "Yeah, I heard it too."
Oh no, he heard it too.
Maybe it's just a cat. Forget about it.
Hey bro, your uncle thinks otherwise. You see that smile? Wait, I thought that was a smile, but...
After that, we had forgotten about the sound, and we just played again. Until that moment. All of a sudden, my uncle quickly put down his cell phone and started to search with the flashlight. "What's wrong?" I asked him, but he pointed his finger on his mouth and pointed it to the window. It was quiet outside. "That's weird. I heard someone's footsteps." He talked to me sitting back next to me. I tried to say that it's nothing.
Bro, you keep trying to say it's nothing. I'm pretty sure it's something, bro. If you notice it first and then somebody else noticed it, I'm pretty sure there's something there. Whether that be a real thing or an unreal thing. But yeah, bro, they better get protection because something's coming for them.
But this time, I heard those footsteps. Someone was outside walking around with a creaky sound.
I hear it too. I hear the footsteps
So
too.
we eventually decided to look for it, opening the box cover. But before we could get closer, my little brother began to scream. We were shocked by that, but then we just laughed, thinking our reaction was silly.
Are y'all really trying to laugh during this serious time?
I talked to my little brother and asked him what happened. He said that he had a nightmare. We laughed again, much bigger this time.
Ask him what the nightmare was.
Bump! We abruptly froze when we heard loud footsteps from a roof away from us. My heart dropped.
So y'all not laughing now. Y'all was laughing before when your brother woke up, but y'all not laughing now, huh?
What was it? My uncle said with an anxious voice. We then stayed away from the wall and started panicking. I started to think that it might be a thief who was trying to enter our house. What if he would try to kill us? How were we going to stop him? What should I do? However, despite all my worries, nothing happened after that. There were no footsteps anymore, but my uncle and I had to stay up until the next morning, shivering together. A few days later, my grandpa covered the wall with cement, and that day we were watching the local news, and we heard that one of our neighbors...
You see, you think that cement would stop that noise, that knocking noise, or those footsteps noise, or whatever you want to call it, but I'm pretty sure it's still happening.
Neighbors who lived right next to us had been murdered.
What?
They also reported that the suspect has not been found, so the cops were struggling to arrest him.
Yeah, bro, the best advice that I can give to y'all right now is y'all need to go ahead and get about that house, cause that murder might just come for y'all next. What makes y'all think that the murder wouldn't come for y'all next? I mean, y'all live right by the neighbor that got killed, so if I were y'all, I would move instantly.
We just couldn't believe the news. We just watched the news with our mouth open. That moment became the worst nightmare of my whole life. What if I dared to try to remove that small box to see outside on that day?
See, bro, couldn't be me. I promise you, I would never make a dumb move like that ever in my life. But yeah, this is the end of the reaction. It's the end of the video. If y'all enjoyed, make sure y'all subscribe right now. Road to 600 subscribers. Turn on post notifications and backslap the like button. I am out. Peace.
Hey! Can I bother? Can we Thomas the trainer? I think I can. Pull up and water me like I'm dead in revenge. My the big face of 2 can